Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Indoors, it's the PlayStation 3 Monster Truck World Finals. Let's rock. Take a look at preparations in the pit area as we get set for tonight's show. Let's meet some of the stars.
Just an honor to be invited to even come to the World Finals here in Brisbane.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm extremely nervous. I don't very often get nervous in these trucks, but I'm extremely nervous.
Should be a big night. You know, it's a little place inside, but they got some big jumps in there and some big ramps, and it should be exciting.
Heaps of fun. Big adrenaline rush.
I've actually moved the truck about 30 feet, and that's all I've driven it. So tonight will be the first time.
Pretty nervous and just want to beat the Yanks.
Yeah, I'm fairly nervous, you know.
Well, it's the first time I've ever been to Australia, and the weather's a little warmer than I'm used to, being from Salt Lake City. It's a little bit cool there right now.
Americans come over here. I think they're going to walk all over the top of us.
That's right, it's really exciting. We finally got something like this down here in Australia. It sort of took monster trucks to another level down here, so home tonight's going to be a big night.
Came to this monster truck rally looking for some chili cheese dogs. We can't seem to find any.
J course, what we call a J course. You go straight down, turn the corner, come right back. Over the cars to finish line at the last car.
In the winter months in America, we do hockey arenas, which are smaller. So this is kind of in between the hockey arenas and the stadiums in America. So actually, it's okay for us.
Fantastic setup here in the arena. Fantastic arena, this Brisbane Entertainment Centre. This is one of many we're going to do this year.
Oh, Dad, you know, don't break the trucks, don't go too fast.
The best driver is going to win.
Yeah, I've always said that anybody can go fast in a straight line, but it takes a driver that can get it around the corner and still be fast.
I do like indoor. It's a better atmosphere, but it is extremely tight in there tonight, so we'll just see how we go.
You know, women drivers don't bother me. Women drivers mean no survivors, so you know they're just the first losers in the first round. So we'll take them out quick, then just start moving on down through the rest of the field.
They're going to be shocked at this. They're just not going to believe what they're going to see tonight. They're just used to seeing the trucks go over a few cars, driving around.
Some big obstacles to jump for freestyle.
Well, the younger guys going to have problems because they're gonna flat foot the truck all the way down to the end, and they ain't gonna be able to stop. I'm gonna take off like a rocket, and then I'm gonna back off halfway down the straightaway, and I'm gonna be nice and smooth around the corner, and then hammer down over the last jump.
You got to know exactly how far you can run to the corner, and then be able to know when to get on the front steering, when to get on the back steering, be able to correct and come back out over the cars to the finish line.
You know, you need to be on the brakes before you hit the ground. You know, at least slowing the tires down.
Ability, yeah. Ability to drive the machine, knowing what its capabilities are, pushing them to the limit, and hoping for the best.
When you're on there, you just give it your best and just, you know, no regrets and just go all out.
Yeah, I'm hoping to drop the Americans. So this is my first time racing tonight.
You know, sometimes you go slower, you go faster, and then I believe that I will go fast.
Us girls will be giving those boys a big run for their money.
Well, hopefully we can, between the two of us, get back at a few of the blokes.
I went around, asked little tips, you know, got my confidence up.
You get better as you get better competition around you.
Yeah, I like freestyle more than anything. I don't care much for the racing, you know. It's all right, but freestyle kind of takes you away from everybody else. You get to do your own little thing.
I like racer. You know, I've been racing all my life. You know, I run boats and I run drag cars and I run mud cars and I do it all. I like to race. Freestyle, I don't like the word free because that's free. You know, they go out there and get crazy. And
Freestyle and racing both. Just can't stop thinking about them and rehearsing everything I'm going to do, and so hopefully it'll turn out good and get the judges proud and yeah, win it.
Freestyle. I love freestyle.
Definite big air. Plan to do a double and just jump the caravan and land on the other set of cars.
But when we get to the freestyle, we'll give them hell then. We're sort of not bad at freestyle. We're all fairly gutsy drivers and everything else. None of us really care what we hit. The idea of freestyle is to hit the obstacles as hard as you can and as high as you can.
Definitely better. I'll probably end up rolling it, but at least I gave it my best.
A great setup, good surface, everything else, good tacky surface, so should get us some good speed. Should hit around 60 kilometres an hour indoors, which that's a fairly good speed to get up in this sort of arena. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Doing it here and being 16 is pretty good, and it's kind of like my brother too. He's only 13 and he's loving it.
Yeah, I'm sharing with Dan Patrick. It's pretty different. I'm this small, he's this big, so we're going to be changing seatbelts differently.
My biggest thing is it's all about the fans. Whatever the fans want, I try to give them. The louder they are, the more pumped up you get being inside the truck, driving.
If it wasn't for the people, we wouldn't be able to come here, you know, and put on the show for them. So I just hope everyone has a good night. We're going to do our best.
Yeah, there was little Pat, one of the stars of the show, as we take a look now at qualifying. Very shortly, it's introductions time. 10 monster trucks in the arena. You don't think the crowd is going absolutely mental here. A full house at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre in Boondall, Queensland. The Batman truck, driven by the American James Teague, Warner Brothers Batman, and Batman is here to oversee his truck's progress. There is the Undertaker, Motorstorm, Pacific Rift on PlayStation 3, that awesome truck being shared tonight by Australian high school student Jay Featherby and American Dan Patrick. There is Batman together with Jay Featherby in the Rex Rides truck. Look at that. So many monster trucks. The first time in Australian history there have been 10 monster trucks in the one show. 4 Americans, some of the very best drivers in the world, taking on our Australian stars as well. And introductions here, plenty of noise, enormous crowd. As we said, a sold-out arena, all expecting some spectacular monster truck action. Doesn't Batman look cool? Very much staring down the opposition, and Scooby-Doo! He's here as well as the awesome Outback Thunda. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! All the Australian crowd getting right behind the Australian monster truck champion, Dan Patrick, out of Columbus, Ohio, driving the PlayStation 3 Motorstorm Pacific Rift truck. There is Queenslander Billy Luther driving the Aussie Predator truck. Look at this crowd, what a spectacle. The place is literally shaking. Time now for their national anthems as we get set for introductions. And there he is, 14-year-old Jay Featherby from Nambour in Queensland, one of the crowd favourites.
Monster truck driver, and he lives in Nambour in Queensland. How about
Jay Featherby now behind the wheel of the PlayStation 3 Motorstorm truck. This is qualifying. It's a J circuit, as you heard American James Teague refer earlier. How about this kid? 14 years of age, a high school student from Nambour, just down the road from this venue. Immensely popular with the crowd, as is his big brother Billy. His big brother just 2 years older, 16. The two of them are the two youngest monster truck drivers in the world. And you see Jay getting the feel of the indoor circuit here. Very tight in this arena, but they're still going to get some massive air. Fuchs lubricants, as always, running through the veins of our monster trucks. The only oil tough enough to tame the monster trucks. Very difficult circuit for new drivers to get used to. The Americans widely tipped to be unstoppable in the racing tonight. We see Jay lining up to take time now. Each truck individually timed. And listen to the crowd. They want this whiz kid to come up with something special. Jay takes off, heads to the right-hander. Very tight corner. He gets it well back up. A little bit of hesitation just there. Now he gets some air and runs it through with a pretty good time. Let's have a look at the PlayStation 3 replay. And the time is a 16.89. Kim Becker in the Undertaker truck earlier, a 22.35. Jay Featherby, a 16.89. Well, this man in many ways is the godfather of monster truck racing in America. Paul Schaefer from Westville, Indiana, driving the Monster Patrol truck. He, of course, was responsible for the creation of the Monster Patrol truck, which was the 1997 World Indoor Champion truck. So indoor circuits, Paul Schaefer knows plenty about. Let's see if he can attack Jay Featherby's time. Schaefer tipped that he would get off the gas early and turn in nice and tight. He looks pretty smooth, the veteran. Good air. This will be a good time. Let's have a look again at the PlayStation 3 replay. Very good air from Paul Schaefer, and he will go to the top with a 12.56. Good time for the American. He's quickest so far. Billy Luther from Queensland, driving the Aussie Predator truck, which, amongst others, has been steered by people like rugby league great Alfie Langer and V8 Supercar star Craig Lowndes. Certainly it has some history, this truck. Luther away, a very good start. Oh, he hits the barrier. In fact, he ended up hitting 2 barriers. So Luther a bit ragged there. Finishes up pretty well. So let's have a look at your PlayStation 3 replay. Very good end to it. A little bit ragged going in. And his time is at 12.79. Lady driver, Sherry Schaefer from Queensland. She used to race sprint cars in Queensland these days. She is a monster truck mama. Loves to get some big air in this barefoot truck. Another one bites the dust, it says. Good air off the launch. She's known for her big jumps, but it seems to be a problem. Is she going to be able to get the truck around tight enough? Now she does. She'll be aggressive when she gets to the jump. Not the best corner for her. Oh, but look at the air. Schaefer gets some good air towards the end. Won't be enough to get her up to the top of the sheets. She times in with an 18.45 in this qualifying session. We're seeding the drivers for the racing a little later on. Billy Featherby in the brand spanking new Outback Thunda 2 truck. 16 years of age, recently competed in Las Vegas, USA in the World Junior Athletics Championship, where he climbed basically the 6th fastest young man in the world in 200 meters. A very athletic youngster, a great monster truck driver as well. Here he comes from the K-Zone magazine end of the ground. How's his time? Good launch. He got good air over the American cars just there, the red, white, and blue obstacles. Let's have a look at his time. It's 13.76 for Billy Featherby, 16 years of age. Oh, look out, the bad man in the Batman truck. Warner Brothers Batman being steered by the American, the man they love to hate, James Teague out of North Carolina. Recently very famous at an event a couple of weeks ago where he called the Australian drivers cheats after Clive Featherby got a bit of an edge on him in one of the races, so the crowd very pumped up about this American. Oh, but isn't he good? On the brakes, swings the big truck around. This will be a very good time. Have to be the quickest so far. Look at the air. James Teague. Yes, he's the fastest man. 11.56 in Warner Brothers Batman. Well, fellow American Dan Patrick now out of Ohio in the PlayStation 3 Motorstorm Pacific Rift truck. Dan, a very big man, enormous experience in building and supplying parts for monster trucks as well as driving. He's an elite competitor throughout the world. What can Patrick do? His fellow American James Teague has the best time. Oh, what a great corner from Patrick. Now let's have a look at this. Was he just practicing? Looks like he was just using up his opportunity. As you said at the start of the coverage, he had never even driven this truck before. So he used the time well just to get in a bit of a practice. And if this runs half as good as that one, the Aussies are in big trouble. Dan Patrick. Set to go. Motorstorm Pacific Rift, the crowd on the edge of their seats. Will this American give the Aussies a hiding? Waiting on the start. 6-ton, 1,500 horsepower. Supercharged Chevy is unleashed. Patrick very smooth into the turn. Oh, look at this. A great corner for Dan Patrick and big air coming up. The time looks very good. Look at that for air. Here's the time. 11.09. Dan Patrick. The Americans are 1, 2, and 3 in the timesheets at the moment. But here comes the Australian monster truck champion, Clive Featherby in Outback Thunda. Look how aggressive Featherby was into the corner then. He too realizes, I'm going to use this first one up as my practice run. He backs up towards the K-Zone magazine sign. And will just take his time. Some mind games here from the wily veteran. He's not going to play to the Americans' way of doing things. He's going to take his time and come out when it suits him. So, bit of a practice start for Clive. He brings the Outback Thunder truck around. Fuchs Oils right behind this truck as always. What can the Aussie champ do? Away he goes. Very good start. Very aggressive into the corners. This looks good. He gets a good run of the cars. What can Outback Thunder do? Time will be a beauty. Let's have a look at the time. Oh, it's a 10. 10.93, and the Australian is the #1 man. The crowd has erupted here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. It leaves one more American, Craig Christensen. What can he do? Australia on top and the crowd loving it. Scooby-Doo. This incredible truck being wheeled by one of the very best drivers in the world, Craig Christensen. Can he beat the sub-11 second lap put together by Featherby? Look how aggressive is he off the line. Oh, fabulous corner. Craig Christensen, one of the world's best drivers. And look at that. A superb drive from the American. We'll wait for his time. It's a 10.01. Christensen, the quickest man out there. What a drive. Scooby-Doo. Time for a bit of a break in the monster truck action right now. And some motorcycle 2 and 4-wheel action coming your way. Some of the kids from the local area putting on a great show and thrilling the fans. Oh, and a couple of whoopsies as well. Look at the kids getting some good air over these jumps. Look at the size of some of these little tackers. That is one thing about the Monsters Tour of Destruction. We always play to packed houses and we always get the little kids involved. Wow, little kids and big kids alike. They like the Mystery Machine jet van, and why wouldn't you with shows like this? This is an incredible jet engine from a Viper jet engine out of an aircraft. Look at the flame it shoots out. The arena very tight in here, so the Mystery Machine actually goes outside the grounds, turns around and comes back through, and the crowd instantly warmed up here tonight. 30-foot of flame shooting out the back. This incredible jet van that has been clocked at Bathurst, Conrod Strait, 338 kilometres an hour. It was built by an Irishman, Robbie Bolger, and it's a spectacular part of the Monsters Tour of Destruction. And it's time now to go racing! Sherry Schaefer will come up against Craig Christensen. The lady racer from Queensland's going to have her hands full with one of the world's best exponents in Craig Christensen in Scooby-Doo. In qualifying, the quickest truck will face off against the slowest truck in times. So Christensen, the #1 driver, seeded in from qualifying. Sherry Schaefer closest to our picture. Waiting for a start. Sherry's good to go. Oh, she got away smartly. Christensen lost a bit on the start. Here's where he's so good. The American just turns her in. They come to the line pretty close here, but oh, Scooby. Craig Christensen, a very good result. Dramas for Schaefer, though. So round 2, and it will be Clive Featherby up against his 14-year-old son, Jay Featherby. Dad versus his son. Of course, the Featherbys, 3 of them racing tonight. Clive, the dad, Jay and Billy, 16-year-old and 14-year-old. Set to go. Outback Thunder away smartly. And Jay Featherby in the PlayStation 3 Motorstorm Pacific Rift truck. They come to the line very closely. Whoa, did you see Jay Featherby? Watch this. The truck nosedives in. That was a big impact. Clive Featherby the winner. And now Billy Featherby in the far lane in Outback Thunder 2 up against Batman. The bad man from North Carolina, James Teague, in the Warner Brothers Batman truck. Teague very fast. Billy Featherby's going to have his hands full. The American away very nicely. Look at him turn her in. Featherby hard on the gas, but the American James Teague, a monster jump in Batman. Billy Featherby is going home early in terms of the racing, and James Teague will advance to the semi-finals. So Paul Schaefer from Westville, Indiana, up against Queensland's Billy Luther in Aussie Predator. Luther comes in as a bit of a wild card. He's a wild man behind the wheel, that's for sure. Australia versus the USA at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre for the PlayStation 3 World Finals. Oh, Luther! Gee, the Aussie put away the American. Nobody expected that. Great jump from Billy Luther. Dan Patrick from Ohio. The Motorstorm Pacific Rift PlayStation 3 truck up against Kim Becker, who's been battling engine trouble in the Undertaker. This will be a bit of a chance for Dan Patrick to warm up on some things. Gee, smooth, isn't he? Good air. And Motorstorm Pacific Rift getting good clearance. Now, interesting thing here, James Teague has not shown up on time, and Clive Featherby will punish him for it. The Australian is not going to wait for the American. He will take his right and lead away. So Featherby heads towards the final in the Outback Thunder Books truck. Dan Patrick in Motorstorm up against Billy Luther. Luther put away the American Schaefer earlier. It was a massive upset. Patrick might give him a reality check here. Let's wait and see. Luther is good. Luther is good. Oh, he lost a bit of ground there, and now Dan Patrick. Oh, and he knocks over some of the equipment. That's how hard he was braking. He got the win in the air. Dan Patrick. Wow, the final now. Australia versus the USA. Dan Patrick closest to the crowd on that side. Clive Featherby from Australia leading away. He got a good start. They come into the turn. It's neck and neck. Oh, they've crashed. The crowd has gone wild. You wouldn't believe this. They have locked together. Unbelievable pictures here at Brisbane. And the American gets away cleanly and will win in a boil-over. Look at the smoke. Damage to the Outback Thunder truck, and Dan Patrick, he wins a bruising affair. Jeez, the American playing hardball. He'll get the win, but it's under very controversial circumstances. PlayStation 3 Motorstorm Pacific Rift is your winner, but it was at a price as Dan Patrick celebrates in front of this sellout crowd. So here's the way the top 4 worked out. Dan Patrick the winner, Clive Featherby second, Billy Luther third, and James Teague in fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen from Ohio, USA, Dan Patrick.
Congratulations to Dan Patrick. The award presented by Phil Whitaker from Warner Brothers.
Hold it,
There's a very happy man, that is for sure, is Dan Patrick. From the swamplands of Florida comes the awesome Tranzilla. Doesn't matter whether you're a big kid or a little kid, this is one fearsome beast. From the Jurassic Park era, Tranzilla with its enormous flames, its beady red eyes, and its ferocious teeth, always puts a chill in your spine. You can see the Jurassic Park car in a little bit of danger at the moment. You can see the Jurassic Lodge car there in a bit of danger right in front of the book sign. I hope Tranzilla stays away from him. He looks awfully hungry. Look at that flame. This is one angry dinosaur. This dinosaur weighing several ton, has a penchant for eating cars. Oh no! Looks like this poor car in the center could be a snack for Tranzilla. Oh, crunch! Listen to the crowd as he absolutely munches the roof off that poor car. Oh, Tranzilla, what a beast! That's just a snack for this fearsome dinosaur from the swamplands of Florida. I hope he doesn't get indigestion. Oh, he's a well-behaved, very well-mannered dinosaur. He spits out what he doesn't eat. Hang on. He might have his eye on something else. He's ducking all the lasers. Seems to be heading off towards something else here. Oh my goodness. I think the Jurassic Lodge car could be in some trouble here. Tranzilla's got his eye on something a bit more substantial to eat. This massive sellout crowd at Brisbane on the edge of their seats as Tranzilla stares down the Jurassic Lodge car. Uh-oh! Look out, Jurassic Lodge car! Look out! Oh! It's split in half and taken off! The Jurassic Lodge car got that scared it ran away in two pieces! That's the way you escape Tranzilla. Split yourself in two and run each way. Well, the kid's absolutely loving this. The Jurassic Lodge car has somehow managed to escape the big teeth and the angry fire of Tranzilla. Too bad, Tranzilla. You'll have to go home hungry now. See you, Mr. Dinosaur. Oh, it's cool. It is freestyle time now, and Sherry Schaefer. Did you see the sky wheelie she just pulled then? Look at this enormous wheelie. The barefoot truck gets way, way up there. She's not scared, this girl. She really gets on the gas. You can check out all of the details online at monstertrucksaustralia.com.au. Oh, look out! She's gone up on top of the truck and got the truck stuck. That is an enormous way off the ground, and barefoot is jammed on top of that truck. Nobody expected to see this, and look, she can't get the truck off the top. Drama here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre for the PlayStation 3 World Freestyle Finals. All of this truck racing run underneath the AMTRA Monster Truck Guidelines, Australian Monster Truck Racing Association. And Sherry can't get the truck down, but the crowd love it. You can see her inside the truck, trying to work out just what she's going to do about getting this truck down. Oh, wow, thanks to Komatsu. She's been able to be dragged back down, and she'll want to get back after it. Nothing scares Sherry Schaefer. And look at that, she fires back up and wants to get after it. Now don't forget too, every truck is given 80 seconds to perform in this freestyle session. 3 independent judges will give a collective score, and we'll show you those scores at the end of every run. Make sure you keep an eye out for the Monsters Tour of Destruction dates as they come to a town near you. If you know we're coming to town, make sure you don't miss us. You'll see some mind-blowing monster truck action like that. Sherry Schaefer, what a performance in the end. Judges will be impressed with her efforts. Her score is a 16. Unfortunately, Craig Christensen and Kim Becker with issues. Sherry Schaefer is the leader as Billy Luther comes out from Aussie Predator now. 80 seconds on the clock. All 3 judges keeping a close eye on what's going on. Watch for Luther. Whoa, look at Luther. He didn't get the ramp straight at all, but he didn't care. He picks up the front wheel then. Very aggressive is Queenslander Billy Luther. Massive air. Wow. That is just awesome air. Scooby-Doo and Undertaker both suffered blown engines in the racing format. Craig Christensen will drive Dan Patrick's truck in the freestyle a little bit later on, but all eyes on Aussie Billy Luther. This man is on fire. Here we go again. Good air from Luther. Whoa, no! He's upside down. The crowd goes mad. Look at him in the background. They're on their feet. Officials rushing to his side, and Luther has rolled over Aussie Predator. Unbelievable scenes. Jeez, look at the damage. The right front wheel gets torn off. The bodywork comes apart. And Luther gets his marbles rattled a bit then in a massive crash here indoors at the PlayStation 3 Freestyle World Finals in the South Pacific. You can just see Billy climbing out. He's A-okay. This truck's very strong and sturdy. They weigh anywhere from 5 to 6 ton. Big roll cages, plenty of protection for the drivers. And that's what you do. You just get your big Komatsu in to move some things out of the way. Billy getting an enormous reception from the crowd as he waves to everyone. He's okay. Probably didn't mean to roll the truck over, but he's put on one heck of a show. You can see some of the oil just dripping then from the diff of the truck. And here's Billy now to talk to the crowd. Oh, look at him getting up on top and really letting the crowd have it. They're loving this show tonight. It is really rocking. So what's his score? It's a 23 from Billy Luther. Now remember, there's a potential 30 points on offer. 3 judges each have 10 points to use as we now see Jay Featherby, 14-year-old Nambour High School student. Good air to begin with, a nice sky wheelie. Jay's only been running the trucks about 5 or 6 occasions. He started to really get to grips with it though. An impressive youngster, to say the very least. Good air from Jay. Good air from Jay just there, nice work. The Motorstorm, Pacific Rift on PlayStation 3. Look at that! Good air again. This boy from Nambour, only just up the road from here, getting a massive reception from the crowd, as is his older brother, Billy Featherby, 16 years of age. 80 seconds on the clock for every driver to do the best they can to get the crowd going and get the respect of the judges. Jay again, massive air. Launches that truck high up into the sky. So Jay Running short on time now as he picks his way through. Plenty of crowd support here, as you would expect. Been a solid run for the teenager. Started off his career on the Flying Inferno side of things, driving through walls of fire strapped to the bonnet of his dad's car. He's grown up in the stunt industry. It's only natural he should be driving monster trucks now. And let's have a look at the score. Jay Featherby an 18. That puts him in second place overall in the PlayStation 3 World Finals. Paul Schaefer now from Westville, Indiana, USA. A veteran of monster truck racing and building of these trucks. 80 seconds on the clock for the likable American. Oh, good sky wheelie from Monster Patrol. Woohoo! Right up there then. Schaefer working the crowd. The 1997 World Indoor Champion truck is Monster Patrol. Good air again. And Schaefer working his way around. You basically have no real strategy other than to hit everything you can and try and get as much air as you can. And Schaefer, that was a huge jump. Look at how Monster Patrol got some serious altitude. Oh yeah, Schaefer, the godfather in many ways of monster truck racing in the Midwest. And look at him again. This man is laying a smackdown on the points. The judges will be impressed, I think. K-Zone Magazine, our friends from Warner Brothers, and Fuchs Lubricants, as well as PlayStation 3, Motorstorm, Pacific Rift involved in this sold-out show. Schaefer using up all of the circuit and then some. Almost out of time is the American. Oh! He very nearly did an endo. You saw the nose of the truck really dip down then. And that was a massive job from Schaefer to somehow keep the truck running. He gasses her up. 1,500 horsepower, 6 ton of monster truck. Don't forget to check out the website, monstertrucksaustralia.com.au. Oh man, look at it getting a big bouncer. Remember, when you hear the Monsters Tour of Destruction coming to your town, make sure you come out and see us. Schaefer again using, in fact, a little bit more than the time that he's been allowed. So the veteran taking full advantage of all this. Now look at him back on the gas. Crowd to be impressed with this. It's been a solid drive. He runs over the American flag jump and heads back. Officials expecting him to come in, but Schaefer's enjoying this. And so is the crowd. He does a big lap around, waving to all the kids. Let's have a look at his score. Schaefer is second. It's a 22. 1 point off the pace for Billy Luther. 16-year-old Billy Featherby in Outback Thunda 2. And look at the way this teenage rager starts off. Enormous air. A classic sky wheelie from Billy Featherby. And another one. Gee, the kid is on his game, isn't he? Look at this. The spinners on these wheels look tremendous. And Billy Featherby, he wants the win here. Make no mistake about it. He went out early in the racing. The Americans showing their class there. But in freestyle, this boy is very good. Oh, there's a caravan there. And it's about to get torn to bits. Oh! He killed the caravan. Billy Featherby munches the caravan here to a delighted crowd. So watching for him at the moment. Billy, 16 years of age from the Sunshine Coast, just up the road from here. Been driving trucks now for the last 2 or 3 years. Here we go. Oh, over the rest of the caravan. So, just looking at the truck there, he's actually broken the rear steer of the truck. Billy will be third with 19 points. He broke the rear steer. The front and rear ends of these trucks operate independently. Makes it very difficult to turn the truck. Look out, the bad man in the Batman truck. Jimmy Teague Warner Brothers Batman. This driver is explosive. Gets a good run through the center. The Americans, this is how they make their money. It's how they put food on the table. So you can expect big air from Teague, who earlier this year stood the truck up on its back legs and basically stayed vertical until the crane could pull the truck down to normality. Oh, look at that! Batman just crunches the Caravan. James Teague gets some serious air, and the crowd are loving this. What is he gonna do now? Warner Brothers Batman. And Batman is here to see this American wreaking havoc in this killer truck, a big sky wheelie. Gee, James Teague, I'd be surprised if he's not leading at the end of this. It's been a massive display. Oh, right through the main heart of the carnage. 2 wheelies. And check the Batman spinners. Reverse, he pulls it back out. Very nimble, these trucks. You don't realize just how maneuverable they can be with the 2 independent steering of the truck. And that's another massive air from Teague. He nearly rolled the truck onto its side. This will be a good score, no doubt about it. The judges will have to be impressed with this. Fuchs Lubricants helping out as Teague goes into donut mode. Look at this, the crowd loving it. Teague, a polished display from North Carolina, USA, a regular as part of the Monsters Tour of Destruction. He often comes out and competes with us. Oh yes, a stout performance. And he's in 3rd with a 20. So it's Luther, Schaefer, and Teague. Billy Featherby, the next one through, and Jay Featherby. And now, Craig Christensen. This man is a keg of dynamite ready to go off. Watch for Christensen, notoriously very aggressive, hard on the trucks, wants to put on a show no matter what he does. All about the fans, this man. You can expect something pretty scary to come up from Craig Christensen. Starts off with a, whoa, a gentle sky wheelie, but did you see him pick it up again? Now he's on the gas, the American. Very aggressive. Good air again. Christensen just picking his lines. The motorstorm Pacific Rift truck. Yes, again, he's very good at the big drift, isn't he? Look out, that convertible's about to get munched. Right over the top goes Christensen. He knows no fear, this American. From Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, reverse! He's gonna hit the cars in reverse. That is massive. What a job of reverse parking that was, right over the top. Doesn't matter, backwards, forwards, sideways. This oh, and he hits Aussie Predator. The American with no respect for the Australian wreckage. This man is on fire. Massive sky wheelie. Christensen showing why he's one of the world's best drivers. So aggressive, isn't he? Just prepared to do anything to put on a show. Judges will be impressed with this. Oh, look at the air! This has to be the best run we've seen so far. That was an enormous sky wheelie. And look at the crowd, they love it. Christensen about to climb out by the looks of things. He's revving the crowd up. And there he is, the American getting everybody amped, banging the roof of that truck. Great pictures here from the PlayStation 3 Freestyle South Pacific World Finals. Crowd really getting their money's worth here. How's the score? Oh, 27! A new leader in the freestyle section. And there is little Pat Featherby coming out. 5 years of age is little Pat Featherby. There he is on the quad. One of the crowd favorites amongst the little kids. And he's out there with Hayden McCleary having a bit of fun as well in Outback Thunder Jr. There's Hayden's dad, Daryl, in the background. One of the many hard workers of the KC Fireworks team is little Pat. A real crowd favourite. They love it when he comes out and has some fun. And there is Hayden McCleary. He is a gas man, this little fella. About to see him on the Outback Thunder Junior quad now. Not much he can't do. Watch for some wheelies as we see some good fun entertainment for the little tackers whilst we prepare for Clive Featherby to come out very shortly in Outback Thunder, the original. Something for, oh, the doors come open. Got to be very careful you don't fall out. Something for everybody in the Monsters Tour of Destruction. So everybody having a bit of fun here whilst we prepare for Outback Thunder to come out. Oh, look at Outback Thunder Junior. Sold out crowd here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, and they've enjoyed every minute of this. Look at the destruction on the centre arena. This is it, folks. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Crowd is going off. The Australian Monster Truck Champion Clive Featherby in Outback Thunder. What can he do to beat the American Craig Christensen, who leads a brand new caravan? It's about to be destroyed! Massive, massive air! Outback Thunder just kills the caravan. Gee, it's impressive stuff. Outback Thunder starts off very strong early. Here he comes again, picking his way through the middle. He knows he's going to have to come up with something special. Christensen leads with 27 points. And Outback Thunder using up every bit of this infield arena. Good sky wheelie and nearly rolls the truck over. Oh, look at the suspension. Getting a massive workout. Might actually be some damage to the back of this truck as well after the caravan. We'll wait and see whether it has any bearing at all on anything. Look at the suspension. Getting a workout. Again, good air. Believe it or not, the front axle has already broken on this truck and he's got no front wheel drive as such. It is only the rear wheels of this truck that are driving. You can see how the front wheels stopped. That shouldn't normally happen. But Featherby doesn't care. He's going to drive this thing like he stole it. Outback Thunder. The crowd are loving this. Rides through the infield. Oh, nearly takes out Aussie Predator as well. Looking for a reverse donut here. Just the rear wheel spinning, not the front ones, you see? Now getting his bearings. Brings the truck back around. Gee, I think Christensen might have been in for a bit of trouble had that front axle not caused problems for Clive. He gets good sky wheelie action then. Oh, again. Oh, did you see that? The whole truck literally twisted up through the wreckage. The crowd loving every minute of the destruction and devastation associated with the PlayStation 3 World Finals. Once again, good air for the left front wheel of Outback Thunder. Past the K-Zone magazine sign. K-Zone, the official kids magazine for monster trucks. Oh, right through the carnage. Thunder is going off like a frog in a sock. Oh, listen to that engine rev, a rear burnout coming up, and look at that! Featherby goes backwards over the cars. He's doing burnouts over the roof. He's a wild man. And ends up parked on top. The crowd going off. What is the score? Oh, he finishes off 2 points short. American Craig Christensen will win the freestyle. Clive Featherby being interviewed there. Well done. But well done to Craig Christensen.
I'm really pleased he won. The stab was stuck up there now. We hadn't quite finished yet, but I don't know why we're stuck with. Mate, he fixed every truck anybody's been in Australia. I wanted to see him win the race. He's a fantastic guy. He's the nicest guy I've ever met from America. And mate, I know we like to win in Australia, but if there's one guy I'd like to lose to, it'd be him. He's a great guy. He's so give a great hand to Greg Christensen. He's a fantastic guy.
Bill Christensen has that fantastic to present here. Greg, what a driver. See you coming around too, man.
You know what? I've had a real rough go here. About 2 days ago, Clive was throwing his Gatorade, and he throws it out, and another guy intercepts the bottle, and then he throws me another one, and another guy knocks my hands away, and it clocks me right in the eye, and I get a black eye out of the whole deal. So I get out of the truck, and Billy Luther throws me a bottle of water, and I'm like, no, don't throw it at me, and that bottle of water caught me right in the forehead and split my eye open on the other side. You know, the worst part of the whole deal is I have a photo shoot Wednesday, and I got a black eye, and I got my eyebrow split wide open for Monster Jam yearbook, so that's going to look really good.
Well, you're going to look mean.
Well, I guess so. I got a new ride, so I guess I better look the part, huh?
Now, Greg, you said to the crowd at the start of the night, if they rock hard, you'll rock hard. What do you think of Australian monster truck fans? How do they compare to what you run against with Monster Jam?
You know, you guys are great. You're not quite as loud as I'm used to. I'm used to people getting up out of their chair and making noise and stomping their feet, but you know what? I understand that monster trucks are new over here, so we'll let it go because you guys are new and you'll figure out how to be great fans like the rest of the world. But you know what? Thank you guys for coming. Like I said before when the show started, if it wasn't for you guys, we have the greatest job in the world. I get to come out here, I travel, I do 70 shows a year, and everybody asks, well, how do you keep going, you know, and be able to go from weekend to week out? As well, it's real easy. I take all my frustration out. I put my wife's name on one car, I put my kid's name on the other, and I get to come out and run over it.
Great, great.
From one great man to another, it's good to see you come all the way across the world to be with us tonight. You've driven 2 different trucks, you've won 2 different competitions, you're a racing expert, and now you're the icon of the world when it comes to freestyle. We're grateful that you've given us the privilege of watching you here tonight, Greg, and we really think that you've done a hell of a show for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, we also need to make it aware that, you know, it was the Sony motorstorm truck that won the racing and won the freestyle. Thanks to Sony and for having a great truck. It didn't matter who drove it. We still put it in the winner's circle, and that's what it's all about. Dan and I are great friends, and I'm real proud to be able to share the winning with him.
What on you, Greg? Congratulations.
You know, there's always something for everybody in a Monsters Tour of Destruction show. And you know what? We just love a good demolition derby. You have to be, well, just a little bit crazy to go in these. Either that or you just love wrecking perfectly good cars. It's always plenty of fun when you go in a demolition derby, and the crowd just love it. Big kids and little kids too. Oh, that's a good looking car, isn't it? Beautiful. Looks like he just drove it off the showroom floor. Plenty of damage out there early. The last car standing will be your winner. Oh, that is just a hard place to hang out, isn't it? Oh no, that guy stuck in the middle won't last very long. The Mad Wagon. Oh, that was a big hit. The Meerkat. He got absolutely crunched. Oh, another good hit just then. Gee, they're getting very aggressive, aren't they? Some really good hits. I don't know how they survive. The PlayStation 3 Monster Truck World Finals for the South Pacific at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. A sold-out crowd enjoying every aspect of this show. And remember, when the Monsters Tour of Destruction comes your way, we hope to see you there. Plenty of great T-shirts for sale and DVDs and posters and all sorts of cool stuff. You know, 2 weeks before, we had the inaugural Australia versus American Challenge at Stockland Park on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. It was the first time that racing had been conducted between Australia and the USA, and the Americans were very, very tough to beat. Slippery conditions. Billy Featherby doing very well in the new Outback Thunda truck. James Teague in Batman. Great crowd again. Effectively sold out thousands of people showing up to see the Monsters Tour of Destruction do their thing. James Teague, without a doubt, one of the best. Craig Christensen driving Scooby-Doo, extremely aggressive. Autobahn, as always, helping us out enormously with our ticket sales. That's generally where you can get monster truck tickets at your local Autobahn. Stockland shopping centres are always awesome to us as well. There is Outback Thunda, Billy Featherby charging hard. Craig Christensen outstanding as always in Scooby-Doo. Great pictures here from Stockland Park on the Sunshine Coast. Look at the speed and the maneuverability of these 6-ton monsters. That is the original Outback Thunda. You can see the crowd all the way around here with their big lightsabers in the crowd as well. When you come along, you can always buy your own t-shirts and lightsabers and DVDs and heaps of cool stuff to get really involved. Billy Featherby up against James Teague from the USA. Teague was notorious on the night for labeling the Australians as cheats. It really got the crowd riled up. But the American is good to his word. He's very, very fast in the Warner Brothers Batman truck. Craig Christensen, easily one of the most aggressive Americans we've ever seen in Scooby-Doo. He'll be driving the Maximum Destruction truck this year, and that says it all. Anytime anyone drives that truck, they've got to be good at what they do. Big, big air. This is just preliminary action. The Aussie Predator truck wasn't in the USA versus Australia competition, neither was Sherry Schaefer, but man, did they rock the house. Look at Sherry, standing that barefoot truck up. James Teague, once again, showing why he's one of the best in the world. At 16 years of age, Billy Featherby is always good for a show, but look at Craig Christensen. This man's a wild man. And that Scooby-Doo truck is one sick pup. That wraps us up from the PlayStation 3 South Pacific World Finals from the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. We look forward to coming to your town when the Monsters Tour of Destruction rock the house. Until then, we'll see you next time.